Alright, hey guys, it's been a little while. I think it said about 4 months from my last video, so it's been a hot minute since then, but I do have a little bit of progress here, so I can show you that. Finally got some warmer weather around here. Actually got in the 80s for a few days, but got cold again, but got out here, got a little bit of work done, and figure I'd show you what I got done so far and talk about the whole motor situation a bit here. Well, anyway, I as you can see, I got the core support out and the grill and other bits that were in the way. Cool thing about these cars is that the core support is bolted directly to the fenders. Must be because they're that thicker gauge steel. They're just a bit more skookum, for lack of a better word, I guess. um, so yeah, I got that out of there, and so that's kind of cool because that makes putting it in and out real easy. I don't even have to take the hood off. She'll just kind of scooch right on in there. So what we got going on besides that? Go around to the back here. I don't think this really looks any different from what it did before, but it did put the reproduction uh, floor pan in there, or trunk pan, I should say, in there to test fit it, and it fits fine. Nothing major. I mean, I got some more cutting to do. I just kind of rough cut all this stuff out of there just to get a bit of a start, so I could set it in there, get an idea. But should be pretty straightforward. It's pretty much perfectly flat floor in here. I'll have to do a little bit over here to get creative, I guess. Remake a lip there for the actual trunk pan to sit on. You can see, get out of the way. Same thing over here. Got some Swiss cheese going on. I think I said in the last video this was a common issue for these cars. Water would sit in this bottom channel, just rot out, and then when that rots out, it just sits in the trunk and just rots that out. But as far as rust on this car goes, that is about it. There's a few other small spots here and there, but otherwise, pretty darn good. Got some speakers for it. Got a little bit ahead of myself, but they had a pretty good sale on some 6x9s. And then I got a dual voice coil for the front here. I thought about custom making a bracket like I did in my Impala and just put 2 speakers, like 4-inch speakers side by side, but I thought I'd save a little money and a little bit of screwing around by just getting a dual voice coil, so you can just have the 1 speaker in the middle and then 2 6x9s in the rear. I'm not looking to shake my doors off, but it'd be nice to have some tunes. Oh, another thing I just thought of with these, taking the core support out, these have captive nuts on them, which are very fun for all those who've had to deal with those. I had to cut a few of them out because they just started to spin, put a vice grip on the back of them, that kind of stuff. Get whatever you can do to get them off, pretty much. Anyway, motor situation. In the last video, I got a few comments on it, giving me suggestions and stuff, most of which I already knew, but I never touched on it in the video, so I figured I'd just let people know who wanted to know. This car is 61 Chrysler. The motor is, she's locked up real solid. I put a breaker bar on there. I put stuff down the cylinders, oil or whatever, mystery oil, what a lot of guys do. Nothing, couldn't get it to budge. So I gave up, and over here is the motor that will go in it. This one spins, and it seems to have good compression. I haven't checked it all, but it spins, so it turns over, so that's a good start. That engine is a 62. So the issue with between 61 and 62, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the crank changed. And so you can't just bolt a 62 motor up to a 61 trans. Good thing is, I got a trans with it. And they still had the whole push button drum brake on the tail shaft type thing going on. So she'll drop right in. The other benefit is with this other transmission, was it a 727 or something like that? You guys can comment and let me know. But anyway, with this transmission, it opens up a whole new world of possibilities as well. If for some reason I wanted to change motors again, I could go up to a 440 if I wanted to. That would bolt right up to this transmission. Where with the cast iron transmission that's on these 61s, like I mentioned earlier, different crankshaft, I'm limited to motors 61 and earlier, which I think the biggest was 413, which you can find them here and there, but they're not the most common. Parts availability, all that stuff. So when the time comes, if the time comes, I ever want to put a bigger motor in there, like most guys, they go straight for the 440. I could do that, which I just like the idea of. I don't necessarily want to do that, but it makes life easier. So this one is 62, 361, nothing fancy. Just needed a motor that I could throw in here. Let's see, other plans, upgrade the braking to dual master, which I've seen several options. I'd like to keep the original brake booster because I think it's cool. It looks kind of unique. But if I had to, I would go to a GM style one, just because they just make a kit that just bolts right in. But if anybody else has any suggestions, I mean, feel free to let me know. I'm here to learn. I'm mostly, I started out on the Chevy stuff. So we got my 67 Impala here, SS, that I've been working on, got put on the back burner because I wanted to start this project here. Oh, and there's my 78 DT400. I got a couple of videos on there, old videos of when I rebuilt that. If you guys want to have some more videos on that, I could take another one, I guess, and talk about it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on here. As for my next step, I don't know if I just want to pull this motor out. I got several options. Pull the motor out, do the trunk pan, patch up a couple of holes in here. Lots of stuff to do. We'll just kind of see what I'm feeling that day. It's not like one takes precedence over the other, but yeah, that's how she's looking so far. Slow going, but winter up here in the north, you know, I don't have a heated shop. I don't want to go through propane so fast. But now with spring here, nice weather, I'll try and get out here more often. I'll try and do videos more often. I don't want to take little stupid ones that are just like, oh, I pulled the bumper off. Here you go. That's all I got done this month or week or whatever. I'll try and do a video of bigger things all along the way. So I hope you guys enjoy this series. You know, I'm having fun documenting it as well as doing it. This car holds a special place in my heart and will be a part of our family for a long time. So, thanks. We'll talk to you later, guys.